Hold on tight, because what you're about to hear will shock you to your core. For years, whispers and rumors swirled quietly behind the glitz and glamour of reality TV. Hints of secrets hidden beneath polished smiles and tearful confessions. But nothing could prepare fans for the storm that Cynthia Bailey just unleashed. What started as hushed conversations off camera, jokes among cast members, and nervous shrugs from producers has now erupted into a full-blown scandal that could change everything. Cynthia didn't just reveal a little. She tore the mask off Porsha Williams' public persona and exposed a secret life that some had suspected, but no one could confirm. Allegedly, Porsha's carefully crafted image, her self-discovery journey, and her charm were all part of a cover-up designed to protect her fame and manipulate perceptions. Behind the camera, ready smiles were secret lesbian affairs, overlapping romantic relationships, and hidden connections with high-profile figures, all meticulously concealed from the public eye. The revelations don't stop there. Insiders claim that some of these affairs carried serious health risks, whispers of herpes exposure, and overlapping partners that would horrify even the most loyal fans. And then there's the infamous African prince scandal, allegedly staged, allegedly bought with $15,000 to sell a story, revealing a level of calculated deception that leaves viewers questioning everything they thought they knew. When Cynthia dropped these bombshells, chaos exploded. Porsha allegedly reacted violently. Security rushed in and the studio turned into a storm of screams, accusations, and chaos captured live on camera. Fans were left stunned, divided between disbelief, outrage, and fascination. Victim or villain? Clout chase or ultimate truth? Nobody knew, but one thing was undeniable. The facade had shattered, and the fallout was unstoppable. This isn't just gossip. It's betrayal, secrecy, scandal, and chaos colliding in real time. A reality TV nightmare that fans will dissect, replay, and obsess over for months. Prepare yourself, because everything you thought you knew about Porsha Williams is about to be questioned, and nothing will ever be the same. Like she's a rabid dog, and this is a scary thing. I'm catch that she's the girl, and she kicked me in my stomach. I have a very low tolerance for foolishness. And this isn't anything that I'm used to. I'm not used to being buckle up, because what's about to unfold is nothing short of a reality TV disaster that will leave your jaw on the floor. For years, fans believed they knew Porsha Williams, the redeemed, polished, camera-ready star who smiled through every reunion, every interview, every staged moment of vulnerability. But the truth, as revealed by Cynthia Bailey, is far darker, far more twisted, and far more dangerous than anyone could have imagined. Cynthia stepped forward, and when she did, the world shook. Allegedly, Porsha's so-called self-discovery was nothing more than a carefully orchestrated performance, a cover-up designed to protect her image, protect her brand, and manipulate every narrative that came her way. Behind the smiles and tearful confessions, insiders claim she lived a double life, secret lesbian relationships, overlapping affairs with high-profile figures, and a trail of emotional devastation left in her wake. Todd Tucker, future Simon Gaudia. Names once spoken with reverence in headlines, now tangled in a web of secrecy and alleged betrayal that stretches back years. And then there are the alleged health risks whispered about behind closed doors, quietly documented by insiders, but never spoken aloud on camera. Allegedly, Porsha's overlapping relationships put partners at risk. Secrets carried like ticking time bombs, threatening more than just reputations. And yet the public celebrated her healing journey, applauding each interview, each emotional confession, unaware of the dangerous patterns that were hidden beneath. The African prince scandal too allegedly staged adds a new layer of deception. Cynthia claims a singer was allegedly paid $15,000 to sell a story, fabricating events to create a narrative that would serve Porsha's image. Reality and performance blurred until even the closest insiders were questioning what was real and what was orchestrated. When Cynthia revealed these allegations live, chaos erupted. Porsha allegedly reacted violently, security rushing to intervene as the studio descended into screams, shouts, and tensions so thick it could be cut with a knife. The confrontation was caught on camera, turning gossip into live-action drama, an uncontrollable spectacle that fans are still dissecting. Every clip, every screenshot, every reunion moment took on a new meaning, proof of deception, evidence of betrayal, fragments of a story that no one could ignore. Public opinion fractured instantly. Some cried foul, calling Cynthia a hero, exposing the truth. Others defended Porsha, claiming she was ambushed, a victim of a system designed to humiliate her for clicks and ratings. But the damage was done. Insiders say the long-standing rumors were finally confirmed, the patterns revealed, the secrets exposed. Each revelation, each allegation added weight to a narrative that had been building for years. Allegedly, Porsha maintained simultaneous relationships, allegedly manipulated partners, and allegedly concealed medical risks. The very whispers that fans once dismissed as tabloids or gossip blogs now felt alarmingly real. The supposed self-discovery now appears as a facade, a distraction from a double life that was carefully hidden behind curated social media posts, emotional interviews, and rehearsed tearful confessions. And yet, despite the explosion, Cynthia remained composed. Her confidence, her calm, and her clarity turned the confrontation into a courtroom-style revelation. Every detail, every timeline, every connection meticulously laid out, leaving no room for doubt. The African prince scandal, the overlapping affairs, the alleged medical risks, all exposed, all facing the unforgiving light of public scrutiny. Fans and critics alike replayed every clip, every reunion, every smile and laugh now tainted with suspicion. What was once playful, innocent banter became evidence of a carefully maintained web of lies. Every glance, every interaction, every insider whisper now seemed to point to a reality far darker than anyone had imagined. The fallout was instantaneous, unrelenting, and undeniable. As the studio chaos subsided, the implications only deepened. Porsha's public persona of vulnerability and redemption was fractured. Allegedly, insiders claimed she had used charm, manipulation, and careful image control to cover decades of secret activity. Allegedly, the harm extended beyond betrayal to emotional trauma, reputational damage, and real-life consequences that fans could now witness live on screen. The lines between reality and performance blurred until the spectacle itself became a cautionary tale, a tragedy of fame, secrecy, and unchecked ambition. Every replay, every clip, every screenshot now carries weight. Alleged infidelity, alleged health risks, alleged manipulation, a reality TV web, unraveling in front of millions. Cynthia Bailey's revelation isn't just gossip. It's a bombshell, a court of public opinion, a reckoning with truth, deception, and the dangerous consequences of living a double life under the glaring spotlight of fame. The story is far from over. The tension, the fallout, the emotional wreckage, it's only beginning. Reality TV was never supposed to get this real, this raw, this uncontrollable. Fans are left questioning everything, doubting everyone, and replaying every moment to piece together a narrative that is as explosive as it is tragic. Every secret, every lie, every betrayal now stands exposed, leaving a path of chaos that will echo across screens, social media, and headlines for months to come. The studio had barely settled from the chaos, but the tension was far from over. Every eye in the room was glued to Porsha, whose expression had shifted from controlled denial to something unrecognizable, a volatile mix of anger, fear, and desperation. Cynthia Bailey remained unflinching, her posture calm, almost judicial, as if she were delivering a verdict rather than sharing allegations. Cameras rolled, capturing every moment, every twitch, every micro-expression that spoke louder than words ever could. Insiders later revealed that the confrontation had been brewing for months. What the public had seen as occasional disagreements, minor conflicts, or playful banter were actually layers of deception, manipulation, and hidden alliances. Porsha, according to Cynthia and multiple anonymous sources, had meticulously curated her public image while secretly engaging in a network of overlapping affairs, clandestine meetings, and high-stakes secrets that could ruin reputations overnight. The alleged secrets weren't just about romance. They included medical risks, emotional manipulation, and a string of calculated moves that insiders claim were designed to maintain power, control, and influence. As Cynthia spoke, the room's energy shifted. Every claim she made was corroborated with evidence, old footage, text messages, dated social media posts, and off-camera testimonies that painted a portrait of someone who had carefully concealed a second life. Allegedly, Porsha's relationships with Todd Tucker, Future, and Simon Godia overlapped with secret same-sex affairs, creating emotional chaos and a labyrinth of betrayal. Fans who had once cheered for her vulnerability now felt a creeping sense of unease, questioning every smile, every tear, every confession they had ever witnessed. The alleged African prince saga only intensified the drama. According to sources, the $15,000 payment to a singer to fabricate a story was just the tip of the iceberg. Every staged moment, every calculated narrative was allegedly part of a larger strategy to manipulate perception, control public opinion, and maintain a facade of innocence. This revelation made Porsha's public persona appear fragile and constructed, a carefully maintained mask that concealed a far more dangerous reality. When the confrontation reached its peak, Porsha's reaction became physical. Allegedly, she lunged at Cynthia, her movements fueled by fear, anger, and the instinct to defend herself against exposure. Security intervened, but the moment was captured on camera, turning a verbal revelation into live-action chaos. Shouts, screams, and the sound of struggling bodies filled the studio, leaving viewers at home frozen in disbelief. The footage immediately went viral, dissected across social media platforms, forums, and gossip sites, fueling debates, outrage, and speculation. Fans were divided. Some called Porsha a victim, ambushed in a scenario she couldn't control. Others saw Cynthia as a hero, exposing truths that had been hidden for years. Yet, the complexity of the allegations, secret relationships, overlapping partners, alleged medical risks, staged narratives made it impossible for the public to settle on a single narrative. Every clip, every screenshot, every public statement was now evidence. A piece of a puzzle that revealed a reality far darker than the polished version fans had once adored. The fallout didn't stop in the studio. Producers scrambled to manage the narrative, fearing legal repercussions, brand damage, and a social media firestorm. Behind closed doors, executives debated editing decisions, considering whether to air the explosive confrontation or bury it to protect ratings. Meanwhile, viewers and insiders pieced together the story themselves, creating their own timelines, connecting dots, and speculating about the extent of deception, betrayal, and risk. Allegedly, the damage extended beyond reputation. Emotional trauma, fractured relationships, and public scrutiny compounded into a perfect storm. Every alleged affair, every hidden risk, every carefully concealed lie now carried real-world consequences. Porsha's public persona, the image of growth, healing, and self-discovery, was irreparably fractured. Every appearance, every reunion clip, every interview now carried a shadow, a reminder of a double life that had finally been exposed. Cynthia Bailey's role became pivotal. By standing firm, presenting evidence, and refusing to retract a single allegation, she shifted the narrative entirely. What began as gossip became a courtroom-style reckoning, a viral spectacle where truth, deception, and accountability collided in front of millions. Allegedly, even cast members and close insiders were stunned, realizing that decades of hidden patterns, manipulations, and cover-ups were finally illuminated under the harsh light of scrutiny. The public continued to debate, dissect, and analyze. Every clip, every post, every statement was now a potential clue in unraveling the complex web of Porsha's private life. Allegations of overlapping affairs, secret relationships, staged scandals, and medical risks created a narrative that was both horrifying and irresistible. The The story transcended reality TV, evolving into a cultural moment, a cautionary tale, and a viral tragedy that captured the fascination of millions. As the dust settled, one thing became clear. This was not just a scandal. It was a revelation of human complexity, deception, and the dangerous consequences of living a life split between public persona and private reality. Porsha's image, Cynthia's courage, the fans' obsession, all collided in a spectacle of emotion, chaos, and viral drama that would not fade. The story had only just begun, and the fallout, both emotional and cultural, was unstoppable. The chaos that erupted in the studio didn't end with security escorting Porsha away. It spread like wildfire across social media, forums, and news outlets. Every clip of the confrontation, every screenshot, every whispered insider revelation exploded online, and fans were glued to their screens, dissecting every moment. What had once been carefully curated reality TV content became a living, breathing spectacle of betrayal, secrecy, and emotional devastation. Allegedly, Porsha's entire public persona was now under scrutiny. Every past interview, every reunion, and every stage tier dissected for hidden truths, inconsistencies, and evidence of manipulation. Insiders revealed that the aftermath extended far beyond the cameras. Cast members reportedly struggled to process the revelations, torn between loyalty, shock, and the fear of being dragged into the narrative. Producers were frantic, realizing that decades of behind-the-scenes control had collapsed in minutes. Allegedly, the overlapping affairs, secret same-sex relationships, and orchestrated storylines weren't just personal. They were strategic moves meant to maintain power, influence, and control over the reality TV narrative. The exposure shattered the illusion, leaving only chaos and an unpredictable public opinion. Allegedly, the health risks tied to these secret relationships added a layer of fear and urgency. Partners allegedly exposed to overlapping sexual activity and undisclosed medical risks intensified the scandal, creating conversations about responsibility, transparency, and the cost of fame. Social media became a courtroom where fans, critics, and insiders debated endlessly. Victim or villain, truth or manipulation, clout or exposure. Every angle was dissected with the intensity of a trial, and no detail went unnoticed. The African Prince saga became a symbol of deception. Allegedly staged events, cash offers for false stories, and carefully maintained facades now stood as evidence of the lengths to which a public figure could go to protect an image. The story painted Porsha as someone who allegedly prioritized fame, ratings, and perception over honesty, safety, and genuine relationships. Each revelation, each piece of corroborated evidence, pushed the narrative from scandal to full-blown crisis, a reality TV tragedy with consequences that extended beyond the screen. Fans were relentless. Every reunion clip was replayed, every social media post scrutinized, and every statement reinterpreted through the lens of betrayal. Allegedly, what once seemed playful, harmless, or scripted now appeared manipulative, dangerous, and morally ambiguous. The fallout forced viewers to question everything they believed about Porsha's image, Cynthia's credibility, and the production's responsibility. Porsha's emotional reaction continued to dominate headlines. Allegedly, her violent outburst wasn't just a moment of anger. It was the culmination of years of hidden stress, manipulation, and the pressure of maintaining a double life. Security reports and insider accounts suggested that the confrontation nearly escalated beyond control, highlighting the volatility and human cost of living under constant public scrutiny while hiding dangerous secrets. Cynthia Bailey's position grew stronger. Her calm delivery, the evidence she presented, and the clarity of her narrative created a courtroom-like environment, turning viewers into jury members. Each revelation, whether about overlapping relationships, stage scandals, or alleged medical risks, was dissected as if under trial, and public opinion fractured into heated debates. Allegedly, even close friends and associates were forced to reevaluate their past perceptions, realizing that the patterns of deception and secrecy were far more elaborate than anyone suspected. The media frenzy only amplified the chaos. Headlines screamed allegations. Social media algorithms fed the viral content into every feed, and fan theories multiplied exponentially. The story transcended typical celebrity gossip, evolving into a cultural moment of accountability, secrecy, and the human consequences of public deception. Allegedly, the combination of emotional exposure, health concerns, and orchestrated deceit created a scenario where reality TV wasn't just entertainment. It was a lesson in power, manipulation, and the fragility of trust. As days passed, analysts, insiders, and fans dissected timelines, comparing alleged encounters, relationships, and statements to uncover inconsistencies. Every revelation reinforced the idea that Porsha's public persona was a carefully constructed mask, while the private reality remained fraught with overlapping affairs, alleged manipulation, and dangerous secrecy. The fallout extended beyond online chatter. Allegedly strained relationships, damaged reputations, and a fractured public image left long-lasting consequences for everyone involved. The story's cultural impact became undeniable. Reality TV fans debated morality, ethics, and responsibility, while media outlets documented every explosive detail. Allegedly, Porsha's attempts at redemption, healing, or public transparency were overshadowed by the sheer scale of exposure, violence, and the intricate web of secrecy she allegedly maintained. Cynthia Bailey's revelations not only challenged a single individual, but shook the entire system that allowed such deception to flourish under the guise of entertainment. Ultimately, this scandal became more than gossip. It became a viral, emotionally charged lesson on the cost of secrecy, fame, and carefully constructed images. The confrontation, the revelations, and the fallout created a living, breathing reality TV tragedy, leaving fans, insiders, and critics alike stunned, obsessed, and divided. Every post, every clip, every confession now carries weight, echoing the dangers of duplicity and the explosive consequences of living a double life under the relentless scrutiny of public attention. And now the fallout refuses to settle. The storm that Cynthia Bailey unleashed has left Porsha Williams' world fractured. Every carefully curated image shattered. Every public smile now under suspicion. The allegations, the overlapping relationships, the alleged health risks, the staged scandals. They've all collided into a spectacle so intense it cannot be ignored. Fans are replaying every clip, scrutinizing every reunion, and questioning everything they thought they knew. Social media has become a courtroom, and the jury is relentless. Every comment, every post, every thread is dissecting the truth, weighing betrayal against manipulation, victimhood against villain. The violence, the chaos, the raw emotion captured on camera has turned gossip into something terrifyingly real. Security reports, insider testimonies, and anonymous leaks all confirm a reality that few were prepared to face. Allegedly hidden secrets have been exposed, revealing not just deception, but the human cost of fame, secrecy, and relentless scrutiny. Porsha's reactions, Cynthia's courage, and the studio's panic all intertwine into a narrative so explosive it dominates headlines and social feeds alike. This is no ordinary scandal. It is a cultural moment, a lesson in power, betrayal, and the dangerous consequences of living a life divided between public persona and private reality. Allegedly orchestrated lies, emotional manipulation, and the consequences of hiding truth have turned reality TV into a court of public opinion. Every viewer now becomes part of the reckoning. Every fan a witness to a tragedy that is unfolding live and unfiltered. You cannot look away. The story is still breaking. The secrets, the confrontations, and the fallout continue to ripple across every platform, leaving chaos, heartbreak, and disbelief in its wake. Watch closely. Question everything. Decide who you believe. Share, discuss, and dive into the drama. Because this isn't just gossip. It's a viral explosion that will change the way reality TV is seen forever.